Hey there, Fortune City. You know who it is, but I'll tell you anyway. This is Leader Angelique, your archangel of the airwaves, here to spit truth like blood in the face of adversity, in the face of complacency, and in the face of apathy. The city is filled with eyes and ears, but only here does it have a voice, a true voice, your voice. Here at the operation, we seek to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help you God.
That's right. However, tonight I'd like to tell you about another set of truth seekers that have set themselves up in our fair, flawed city. They call themselves Third Eye Investigations. Now, if they truly can see beyond the veil of life and death, I do not know. But this motley crew has certainly seen to it to ruffle feathers wherever their sleuthing does lead. Let us all hope and pray they survive long enough to really shed some light through the cracks of this city's facade. And if you're in a position where things are bleak and those in power just won't listen, maybe give them a call. I mean, hell, at least they're not the Quints. So, with that all taken care of, let's just run in through character creation. So the first thing you're supposed to do is choose your playbook, which you've all done. I do want to just run through those real quick. You can say them in order.
What was the order?
The order across the bottom of the Roll20.
Okay.
That is what I've been using tonight.
All right.
So
playbook.
Your playbooks. Yes.
Okay. Run me through. So I have to choose, just because I'm an idiot, 3-4 dots for this thing?
Well, yes, but first we're just saying our playbooks.
Okay, so my playbook is the Hound, a deadly sharpshooter and tracker.
I'm a Whisper, an arcane adept and channeler.
I am Cutter, a dangerous and intimidating fighter.
And I am a Hull, a spirit animating a clockwork frame.
That's number one. We've all got it. You know how it works. That determines your starting reputation, your starting special abilities, and how you advance. Each playbook has a unique XP trigger that is based on that playbook. Beyond that, you can kind of grow in whichever way you want. This is sort of an open secret. But while you do have your own playbooks, special abilities to choose from to start out with, you can also take the veteran advancements for any level up, which means you can take a special ability from any other playbook. Blades in the Dark actually was originally a classless game, but this is something I've heard anecdotally that John Harper discovered that people needed at least a little bit of direction to start out with so he instituted classes. But you can really grow in whatever way you want and take whatever abilities you want as you grow. But your class is your playbook is your initial sort of spread. Second, you choose a heritage. That heritage can be whatever you want it to be. In Blades in the Dark, it's like the various nations of Duskwall and the Empire. You could also just set your heritage as the district that you hail from in the city. That could work out pretty easily. I think that's what most people have done right now if I'm looking at playbooks.
What's the difference between heritage and background?
Heritage is like your family life.
Heritage is where you grew up. Background is like your backstory.
Yes. So the way the book determines like your heritage is like your family life, your family like background versus your like professional or personal background.
Mm.
Okay, my heritage is Chicago Irish. So bears. Yeah. My background is the pack. Oh, and my alias is Mad Dog Marge.
It's a very good alias.
Thank you.
Are we using aliases?
My alias is 3905D.
Fun.
You can use an alias if you want to. Like Theodore's alias is listed as Theo.
Yeah,
so,
he
like, that
doesn't.
could just be it
He
as
doesn't
well.
have like
Okay.
a. He's not like the gunman.
Yeah. Theon the professional.
Don't. No.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh,
I would
boy.
rather not, actually.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, for many reasons. Yes, Theodore, your heritage is old money.
Oh,
You
sorry.
could also write down.
You're talking to me. Yeah, Theo's heritage is old money. His background is noble. That was just from the book, from the Blades in the Dark Book. So yeah, that's it.
I put my heritage as, I guess, witch. And background as fringe.
I put my heritage as Bell Village, and I put my background as roboticist and bastard.
And then next for part 4, we assign 4 action dots, or in Bailey's case, 2. No action may begin with a rating higher than 2 during character creation, though after creation action ratings can advance up to 3. Actions are your bread and butter in Blades in the Dark. They are your verbs, effectively. And you get to place 4 dots wherever you want, as long as you don't go above 2 in any given verb. The way the dots work is when you do an action, you roll the number of dots you have, roll dice of the number of dots you have, and try to roll at least a 4 and at best a 6. You hope for 6s, but 4s and 5s are partial successes.
I have a question about these dots. So right now on my character sheet, there's already 3 dots laid out.
Yes, those 3 dots
yeah.
are from your playbook.
Yes. So I get to add +4 and not +1.
Yes,
Correct.
plus 4. Yes, so you will have
Okay.
at the end 7 total dots.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Do I just do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Place them wherever you want, wherever you feel like your abilities and specialties lie.
Okay, so what is finesse exactly?
You hover over the word. Yeah.
It'll tell
Oh,
you.
it does. Wow.
Yeah, these character sheets are really
These
good.
character sheets are excellent.
Oh, dope.
Excellent
Nice.
character sheets. I'm putting a point into prowl, a point into wreck, another point into command, and a point into consort. So I will be decent at prowling, wrecking, and consorting, and I will be very good at commanding and skirmishing. So I'm good at fighting, I'm good at yelling at people to get my way, and I'm okay at other things.
Yes. So one thing that Blades in the Dark really wants you to know is that even having 0 dots does not mean you are bad at something. All of you can kind of do everything. It's just you can always get 2 dots in anything. 2 dice on any action by pushing yourself with stress and by taking a devil's bargain, which is like a fun thing that I get to hand you as like, yeah, you get an extra die or a higher effect level, but like this person recognizes you get more heat or another complication arises. So even stuff that you have 0 dots in, you can always have at least 2, which is a pretty good chance of a success.
Sure.
And then the stuff that you have a lot in, you have a much better chance.
Yeah. I put 1 in survey. The ones that I already had was I had 1 in study and 2 in attune. I put 1 in survey, 1 in finesse, and 2 in sway.
Okay.
Okay.
I was hoping you would do that. Because I was like,
oh no, I have 2 dots in Tinker, 1 in Skirmish, 1 in Wreck, and 1 in Attune. And I'm putting 1 in Study and 1 in Prowl.
Okay. You got a pretty solid wide group of abilities.
Mm-hmm.
What were Marge's again?
2 in skirmish, 2 in command, 1 in consort, 1 in prowl, 1 in wreck. And probably going to be more in wreck in the future.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm putting, I have 2 in Hunt already and 1 in Survey. Those are the defaults. I'm going to put 1 in Study, 1 in Consort, 1 in Prowl, and 1 in Command. And I just gotta say, I do love that Theo is the quote-unquote boss, and Marge is better at commanding. It's very fun.
And fighting.
Yeah.
and fighting. But
I'm good with a gun.
Pew pew. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait for all of this. And yes, and you'll notice, especially if you look at the book, there's a lot of these that kind of overlap. Like Prowl and Skirmish, or Skirmish and Wreck, or Study and Survey in various ways. Like Hunt is like shooting, but it's also like searching and following a person, which could be like following a person, could be like Survey, or using a gun in a fist fight could be Hunt, or it could be Skirmish, and they're supposed to overlap because there's a very interlocking sort of.
Is it kind of like
sense to the?
Is it how you would approach it? Like if you're going to get into a direct fist fight, that's Skirmish, but if you like trying to sneak up on them, then it's Prowl.
Yes, and you could also be like, I'm going to try to use Prowl to do this because maybe I'm better at Prowl, but like that's still like harder to do, so that will change like the effect level or the position that you have, because that's another big thing in this game is your position and effect of all of your rolls, your action rolls at least. But yes, and so yeah, there's a lot of ways you can be like, I'm going to use Wreck to like be terrifying and like throw people into each other, or I could use Skirmish to like just get in a fist fight. And those are both physical confrontations, but in different lenses that lend themselves to different abilities. It's very, very fiction first is the idea.
You know what? I'm taking a point away from Prowl and putting it into Wreck.
Okay.
Yeah.
No sneaking for Marge, or less sneaking for Marge. The other thing you want to note is that these abilities are subdivided into 3 groups: Insight, Prowess, and Resolve. The vertical line on the left is your score in those sectors, and those are how you resist consequences.
Oh.
Okay.
So
How do we know our scores in?
It's the number of blip ticks you got. So the more well-rounded you are, the better you are at resistance rolls.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so good at insight.
Maybe
Marge has 4 dots in prowess actions, but only 2 prowess because those 4 dots are in only 2 abilities or 2 actions. Versus Theo, who has the same amount of dots in insight actions, but has 3 insight because Theo has spread out a little bit more.
Okay, so basically, I have 1 dot in Study and 1 dot in Survey, so that would give me 2 little ticks.
No, those ticks are XP. Those ticks are XP.
Yeah, those ticks are XP. The ticks, you see how there's a vertical line?
Right. Yes.
The dot on the left side is your score in that.
So yeah, you have
it's
2 in Insight, 1 in Prowess,
Gotcha.
2 in Resolve.
Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of cool how they kind of minimalistically like let you show those different scores, but it is not.
Yeah.
It is also a little bit. It's not obvious if you haven't been told to look for it.
Yeah.
I'm taking a point out of Rec and putting it into Survey.
Okay. Also fun.
Commit
I
to the
want
bit.
more finesse later.
Shit.
I want a steal. I want more finesse later.
Finesse is a good one to have. Okay. And so if your dots are assigned, and we'll figure it out by the time we start playing, the next thing you do is you choose a special ability. Those are in the gray column, on the center of your, or left center of your handbook or playbook. If you can't decide, choose the first ability on that list. That's placed there as a good first option. So if we want to go down the line, you can take a second to think about it, but then, if anyone has their thing,
I already have mine.
I already have mine.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Let's go first.
I can go. So, I have Ghost Mind. You are always aware of supernatural entities in your presence. Take +1d when you gather info about the supernatural. So always be ghosting.
Always be ghosting. You're always aware of supernatural entities. Take +1d when you gather info means that anytime you're gathering information, and you roll, you get an extra die on that roll, which is very useful. And there's a lot of abilities that do that, in different, like +1d to different things. Awesome. Marge.
Yeah, I've been taking Savage. When you unleash physical violence, it's especially frightening. When you command a frightened target, take +1 dice.
Oh, yeah. Because you're very scary.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey's special ability was chosen for them.
Yes, in advance. So my basic ability or hull trait is automaton. I can talk. And it is, you are a spirit animating a clockwork body. You have human-like strength and senses by default. Your hull has natural armor. This doesn't count for your load. Your former human feelings, interests, and connections are only dim memories. You now exist to fulfill your functions. Choose 3. Destroy, discover, labor, and these are vice analogies. You may be rebuilt if damaged or destroyed. If your soul vessel is shattered, you are freed from servitude and become a ghost. Whenever you take stress, take drain instead. And can I real quick talk about the wear? Because I really like it and it's different than the general stresses. So I have clanking, leaking, fixated, smoking, sparking, and unstable, which I love.
Fun.
Yes, and those take the place of traumas in other people. Human playbooks have what are called traumas that you get by filling up your stress tracker, or in your case, your drain track. Then you attain 1 level of wear or 1 trauma. Because it's a tough life there in Fortune City, and it can mess you up. Theo, what are you thinking?
So these are like when we level up, we can take more, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
When you level up your playbook.
Yes. All right. I'm very torn between Sharpshooter and Ghost Hunter. Sharpshooter is you can push yourself to do one of the following: make a ranged attack at an extreme distance, or unleash a barrage of rapid fire. And Ghost Hunter is your hunting pet is imbued with spirit energy. It gains potency when tracking or fighting the supernatural, and gains an arcane ability: Ghost Form, Mind Link, or Arrow Swift. I want a ghost cat.
Yes. So I guess the question is if your cat begins the story already weird or becomes weird afterwards.
Aerosmith, yeah.
I kill your cat to take my place as the ultimate
Mari, as
team
like
mascot, and it comes back.
Mari, as the ghost person, what do you think is more fun? Because I cannot decide. Ghost cat first, or something happens and he gets a ghost cat?
So would a ghost cat be like the cat is a ghost?
No, it can turn into
is it just like a cat that can send?
Has everyone seen Secret of Kells?
Right, okay. Right, it can turn into a ghost.
Yes.
Or, I mean, it could also have the other 2 powers, but it sounds
I am choosing ghost form if I go with that one.
All right. Well, then yes, then it is able to transform into a ghost.
I think Ghost Cat is very fun.
It's very good.
It's definitely good.
He grew up hunting, so I'm gonna go with Sharpshooter, and then like something's gonna happen, and I'll take Ghost Hunter and be like, oh, now my cat can turn into a ghost. Whoa.
Okay. But the cat still like loves Loic. That's still a thing, right?
Yes.
Let me experiment on your cat and turn it into a ghost.
Man, literally I'm taking it next. Let's not. Okay, Sharpshooter.
And so you for playbook XP, you get at the end of the session for doing stuff. The 3 questions at the bottom is how you get that.
Go through and read hours.
Yeah.
Oh, is
for
it
your
different for
playbooks.
everybody?
The
Cool.
first line is different for everybody. So every time you mark XP, every time you roll a desperate action, you mark XP in that action's attribute, and that's for the XP tracks on Insight, Prowess, and Resolve. But
And when you fill those up, you get to pick another notch.
another dot, yes.
Okay, another dot.
And
But playbook advancements are when you fill it up, you get another special ability.
Yes.
Okay.
It is kind of weird, kind of interesting how they spread out your character advancement into multiple avenues. But
Right.
I think it's kind of cool.
Maybe we should do like connections and vices instead, since people like those.
Yes.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
I like those.
I do too.
So, next thing you do is you choose a close friend and a rival. You mark the one who is a close friend, longtime ally, family relation, or lover, the upward pointing triangle. And then you mark the other one, who's a rival, enemy, scorned lover, betrayed partner, etc., with a downward pointing triangle. And there are a lot of examples, but you can fill in your own as well.
Question. Do
Yes.
I get a contact or no? Because I
You
feel
could
like
get
I
a
don't.
contact from your life if you would like one. But that is
I
Do
would.
it. It's fun.
I would, but if I don't, like, I'm okay with that. As long as I get to play this robot.
No, you're totally allowed to do it you're free to if you think that's,
Cool. I
if
think
you
that
want to.
I think that would be fun. But
Yes.
okay, who wants to start?
I can go first. Where is this though? I just can't see it on the sheet.
It
the-
is
the,
on the right.
Dangerous friends.
Yes, for you. It
Oh,
is Deadly
Dangerous Friends. Okay.
Oh, mine is strange friends.
Yes, they're different for everyone.
Mine is dangerous friends because I'm the cutter.
yeah.
All right. So these ones that are already there, are they like just defaults?
Those are the defaults from the book.
Okay, right. Okay. Okay. So I've thought about this. Something I actually planned ahead of time. So I want what is it? The rival and friend? Is that the phrase?
Yes,
I
friend
want his
and
rival. I want his rival to be his sister, Tilda,
Okay.
because that's fun.
Yes.
And his friend, who I have to think of a name for. Let's go. No, I can't think of one. I'll think of it in a bit. But I want them to be what's the word I'm looking for? Like a snitch, like
Okay.
an informant.
Informant would be the word. Yeah.
Yes.
The nice
Little
informant.
birdie.
Yeah, a little birdie, who is just like sort of low-level criminal. I don't think maybe is there like criminals who are not like specifically connected to any gang and are just sort of like for money
sure.
yes. So I want like low-level criminal who has like their hands in like maybe like a few different crime pies. So is a good sort of like go-to for like what's the deal in Crime Town? Yeah. So that's his friend.
If you want, you can say like they know particularly about this person, this group, or you can just be like they live in this district and so they know about the people in that district.
Yes.
Or you can define that as much as you like. Or we can leave it until later if you want to think about it.
Yeah, because I just thought like that I could use them as like to cover something that nobody like knew about yet. Like that isn't because I imagine Loic knows a bunch about like the working class district and like Marge knows about the internet. Like so maybe they're like a middle class sort of like criminal.
Sure. And also, if you want to just leave it vague until it comes up, that's also
Yes, that was what I was thinking.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's definitely within within like the milieu of this game, the feel of this game. This game has a lot of stuff that you don't declare until it's relevant, and that works and is fine.
Yeah. All right. And his sister. All right. My good friends.
All right. Who else has got one?
I am ready. both my friend and my rival are both people who are still in the pack. So the Marge and two other people were basically the main like foot soldiers for Mickey Sullivan, who is still the head of operations in Las Vegas. And by the way, Mickey's like equivalent rank in the mafia is Caporegime? Is that what it is? What was that?
Capo Regime?
Capo Regime. Thank you, God. Yeah. So that's his that's his basic rank. So Marge and the rest of these are underneath him. So Marge's ally is Jack Costello. He is sort of a little bit lazier than the other two, than Marge and the other one, which I will describe later, is he loves Fortune City because he loves the bright lights and he loves like the glitz and glamour of it. He doesn't really like to get his hands dirty, so he sends like his soldiers after people and makes them do all the dirty work because he hates getting like blood on his suit, that kind of thing. He looks like Michael Fassbender, and he is a lot more like casual with Marge than everyone else. There's a little bad blood between them since Marge left the pack, but he doesn't really seem to mind that much and claims that he holds no ill will, although he's usually the one that ends up delivering bad news to Marge when Marge gets it from the pack. And then Marge's rival is Muriel Higgins, who looks like Ruth Negga. I think her name is Ruth Negga. I don't know. She's the one from she's in Preacher, which I have not watched, but she's a very young woman. She's super eager to please, and she looks up to all her superiors with like a very annoying giddiness. Marge was sort of protective of her while Marge was still in the pack because she was, really young, and she saw Marge as sort of a mentor figure, but when Marge left the pack, Muriel saw this as like a betrayal and has not forgiven Marge. Muriel is very like enthusiastically into doing mob stuff, so she's cunning, she really wants to get ahead, and she does not mind getting her hands dirty to do it.
Nice.
And she doesn't like you anymore.
No, she doesn't. She really hates my guts.
Cool.
I can go. So, I'm gonna start with the rival. Loic's rival is Javert from the musical Olympians.
You know what that means.
Yes. Means I'm free.
In my mind, he looks like a cross between, Russell Crowe as Javert and Fuhrer King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist. So he's just like an older, like crew-cut, dark-haired man who's like very serious and he has a mustache.
I love it.
And he is sure that Loic is a wizard, or like a witch, I mean. And he's like sure of it. And he doesn't have proof, but he's gonna find it. And he's gonna get Loic in jail somehow, someday, at some point. He's gonna do it. He promises.
Okay.
I believe in him.
I don't have a name for him yet.
We're all
I'll
rooting
think
for
about
you,
it.
Mr. Javert.
I'm just writing down Javert.
Yep.
I named my informant
someday.
I named my informant Cassidy Cash.
All right.
Ooh, I love it.
I have a lot of
Cassidy.
I have a lot of alliterative names in this city, so that I think that fits.
Hell yeah.
So we got Javert as the rival. Loic's friend is, she's like the first ghost he ever met. So he was like a real small child when he met her. And she's like this ghost of this teen who died. So she kind of acted as like his big sister who protected him from other ghosts. And now he's like an adult, but she still acts like his big sister. And she kind of connects a little bit to his vice, which I can get to when we do vices. Yeah. Yeah. I also don't have a name for her.
I have names for my two. I'm very excited to have them. I was not expecting to have them. But my ally is Irina Vorobyova.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can say it with an English accent. It's Irina Vorobyova. That physically pained me.
I will never ask you to do it again.
But don't worry about pronouncing it. Just don't worry about it. She was formerly a chemist for a large corporation that I don't have a name for, but she got fired for some shady shit. And now she works as a bartender at the Mainspring Club. She kind of manages the social side of things a bit. Like, they have a bulletin board where they put, like, mad scientists meet this day of the week. If you believe in aliens, we have a support group for you this day of the week. And she does lead a group of hobbyist chemists on Saturday evenings, aka it's mad scientists. It's just mad scientists. And I think she might have worked with Bailey a bit on altering this vacuum cleaner. And I don't know if she's 100% aware that it's Bailey inside there, but, you know, she definitely, like, supports it. She's like, oh, hey, it's weird, this weird little robot's talking to me. Oh shit, did we create consciousness? Am I a parent? No. And then my rival is Dr. Damian Anderson. He sounds evil. He's the head roboticist at Advancement Incorporated who made the model of, I keep saying vacuum cleaner, but really it's like a daily cleaning companion. So it doesn't just vacuum. It like does your dishes. It can fix holes in your clothes. It can clean your windows. It's like a little maid. Basically, a very small maid that you don't need to pay. And Damian Anderson is very polite. He's often very nice, but also ultimately incredibly possessive of his creations and always needs to be first in everything. I also don't know if he's 100% aware of the fact that Bailey is trapped in a vacuum cleaner, but he's aware that idiot Bailey Sarton was experimenting with his creations and altering his creations in unlawful ways.
Terrible of Bailey to do that.
Mm-hmm. What a bastard. Okay.
So you're gonna say what a bad boy.
What a bad boy. Too, yeah.
What a bad boy.
Okay. That's enough of that.
Okay. Cool.
I'm done.
Fantastic.
Thank God.
So next is vices. One thing, everybody has the vice of obligation because you are detectives. That is one thing that Vigilantes added. In addition to whatever vices you have the additional vice of obligation. So just make sure to mark that down. Which doesn't really mean anything beyond the fact that it is another way for you to reduce stress, and also it reflects you assisting your community.
Cool.
All right. not gonna be indulging that vice very often, I think.
Yeah.
Question.
Fair.
Do I take this obligation?
You're a robot.
I'm a robot. I feel like I don't.
You can, probably not.
Yeah.
Can I take 2 vices, please?
You can take as many vices as you want.
Yay.
What do you mean your mom allows you to have 3 functions?
Gee, Marge, how come mom lets you have 3 vices?
Mm-hmm. All right. So who wants to talk about their vices? So you have vices and you have vice purveyors, which is where you go to indulge that vice, or who you.
I'll go last.
I got mine.
Functions.
I got my obligation, which is purveyed by Theo, haha, because he's my boss. I have the vice of gambling, because I like to gamble, and I don't have a name, but I put Fortune's Favors for that. Like, I don't go to the PAX, casinos. I go to Fortune Favors and maybe do some betting on baseball or something.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I desperately wanted 2 vices is because I wanted gambling, but I'm a werewolf. I have to have hunger as a vice. So, nice. Jack, is it okay if Jack is also my purveyor for a vice?
Sure, yeah. It's kind of double dipping in a way that is accurate and in theme with the sort of thing we're doing,
Yeah.
Also,
because I feel like he would be. the guy I go to when I'm like, I gotta eat someone.
Yeah. It's also very funny that you picked Fortune's favorite, because in my notes, the pack hates Fortune's favorite because they can't regulate them. So that is great and good. So thank you for that angle. All right. Who else has a vice?
I have a vice.
All right. What's your vice, Locke?
It's obligation. I'm just kidding. So.
Oh, we should also say what the vices are. The different types.
Okay. I lost it.
The different types of vices.
As soon as I put an obligation, I don't have them anymore.
Right. Yeah. You can. Those are listed on the sheet.
I can say them. I can see them. They're faith, gambling, luxury, obligation, pleasure, stupor, or weird. I don't know what this falls into, so I'm just gonna say what it is, and you guys decide for me. So Loic's quote unquote mom is more of his grandma / mentor, so he didn't really have a family. I did some shit to my character sheet. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, don't click the button that says character mode. That'll take you to wild places.
So he didn't really have a family growing up. But he is a medium. So what this teen ghost asked him to do as a medium was go talk to her family and just give updates and shit. So every Saturday he goes and has dinner with them, and it's very nice. He's basically he's a small, medium, at large. Sorry. It's very nice. He likes the family time. He's basically their adopted son at this point. And that's basically his vice. It's just being in a family environment.
Okay. But yeah, there's a couple ways that could go.
Well, since if he likes it, because if he was something he was doing because he had to, it would be obligation. But since he likes it, it's kind of pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it sounds good to me.
Pleasure. Yeah. Pleasure makes sense.
Yeah.
But
he's going and talking to ghosts, right?
No, he's talking to the family.
They're
of
alive.
the ghosts.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
They're the alive family of this girl who died.
Okay.
He's basically been adopted into this family.
Could be weird.
Yeah, you could say weird because of the ghost connection.
Could also.
It is weird. It's weird. Weird, little bit of a bummer, but
the distinction is yours to make, but I think it does frame things in a different way. Depending on which direction you go with it.
Roll dice and cry. Third eye investigations. It's a little bit of a bummer. That's our tagline.
Bummer.
So just when you get a chance, write / and then the family name on your sheet, so we know where you go.
Yeah.
All right,
so Theo's vice, he has his obligation to his detective work, obviously, but his other vice is also obligation, which is hunting with Dad, because his dad sucks, and he's very powerful and mean, and he has to go hunting with him at least every now and then to placate him.
Okay.
He has to do it.
Yes.
And it's it's weird and tense, and his dad's got a gun the whole time. It's not pleasant.
So, I do have one thing to
I'll
say
fight
about
your
that,
dad.
is that indulging vices are supposed to reduce stress?
I mean, it's reducing stress in the way that he knows that he does this, his dad's not going to cause trouble for him, because on top of his dad's not going to go out of his way to cause trouble for him because his son's out living in the poor district and being an embarrassment. So he has to do this every now and then once he does it, he's okay, Dad's going to leave me alone for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So it is the activity itself is a little stressful because he doesn't like his dad, but
the payoff.
But the payoff is the reward, I guess. So.
Okay.
Is that valid?
That is absolutely valid. Totally makes sense.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
And I mean, like, he likes hunting enough, so he can sort of like zone out a little bit and be like trying to think about that. Also, I just realized this is the second character I've made with a weird parent relationship. I'm sorry. I just like family drama.
It's roll dice and cry. You know what it is.
It's gay and there's family drama.
I had another thing that I just wanted to mention because I had like an alternate vice if you like didn't let me do this like sad family shit. And it was basically just like I had the idea that there's like places where ghosts just can't go in, like a church or something. And Loke just like sits in a church for like 30 minutes just to like relax. That doesn't need to be his vice. That's just a thing. Like, are there places that ghosts can't go in?
Yeah.
Follow-up question. Can I go in them?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think there's definitely places where ghosts can't go. Whether that's on purpose or just like, maybe there's like some places with like some weird technology that ghosts just don't like to be around. And we'll leave that vague at least to start with as to whether that's intentional or not. Also, I think that the Church of Tranquility is a place that ghosts don't like to go to.
All right, even if it's not a vice, he goes there like at least once a week to be like, all right, finally.
Yeah, that sounds fine. And that you know, you can have as many vices as you want, but you can only indulge them one at a time. So like you can decide what it is when you do it for sure.
Yeah,
as well. Okay, so that's that. Number 8.
I have functions.
Right.
I want to talk about my functions.
Oh, right.
Tell us about your functions.
No.
Tell us about this function.
Okay. Conjunction junction. No. Okay. So I know I've been repeating them, but it's destroy, discover, and labor as Loic commands. And I think this goes in interestingly with my XP trigger, which is you suppressed or ignored your former human beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, which I love. So destroy and discover are both like leftovers from Bailey's life. Okay. And destroy is they're mad that they can't engage in a lot of their former vices, includes like chain smoking. And discover is they really want to continue their work, and labor is they're a cleaning bot. But also they kind of gotta do it as Loic commands, and that sucks. So let me tell you, that hour or so that Loic spends in the Church of Tranquility, that's great for Bailey.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that's it. Sorry. Continue.
No worries. All right. So
Dad isn't home.
Party time.
Party time. Fun
It's
time.
a video of the dad and the kid like slamming the oven door, but it's just Bailey by itself, just like slamming an oven door
And playing
Bailey
a trombone.
Just some opening and closing drawers and being like, I can do it.
I can do anything.
Throwing blankets on the ground. Very good.
Like a dog.
So number 8 is to record your name, alias, and look. We did that already for the most part, so that's fine and cool. So then there are 2 last things we need to do. 1, we need to build our crew. And 2, this is the last part of character creation, you need to choose your investigative abilities.
Ah, crap.
That's a whole other ballpark. So investigative...
Yep.
Investigative abilities is part of the Eyes in the Dark hack that I wrote, where we just took the investigative abilities from Gumshoe, which is a cool investigative investigation role-playing system. Well, the base thing is that you have a list of a bunch of point pools in various abilities that determine your knowledge and skills. Your knowledge bases, and you spend those if you have points in an ability, you get any clues related to that ability when you go to a place. As long as you are in the right place, you have the ability to find it, and you tell the GM that you're using that ability. And then you can also spend points from those pools to push rolls in addition to your existing use stress to push rolls, in a very sort of constrained senses, you have to be able to justify why that skill assists you in this action that you're doing. So that's a whole thing, and we'll go through that in more detail when it comes up. But there are a number of academic, technical, and interpersonal abilities that you can choose to put points into. And those are, I will just run through the list: academic abilities, accounting, architecture, art history, biology, cryptography, forensic psychology, history, languages, law, library use, medicine, occult, physics, and trivia. Technical abilities are art, ballistics, chemistry, craft, evidence collection, explosive devices, forensics, locksmith, scoutsmanship, pharmacy, photography, and surveillance. And then interpersonal abilities are bargain, bullshit detector, bureaucracy, cop talk, circles, flirting, flattery, impersonate, interrogation, intimidation, oral history, reassurance, and streetwise. And these are lists kind of curbed from from various gumshoe RPGs, synthesized into one list that we talked about a while back. I made a couple of different changes. Circles is the same as credit rating. It refers to like the circles that you move in and how well you move through them. Scoutsmanship is Boy Scout. So you have 16 points that you can put wherever you want among the various abilities. It's recommended not to start with more than 3 points in any one ability. Even 1 point in an investigative ability denotes a strong grasp of it, so feel free to diversify. And so you can do that now, or you can
Figured it out.
Figured it out?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 3 more points to spend. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Ballistics is guns, right? I'm not.
Ballistics is guns.
Guns. Is there like a steel?
Not as such, because that is a verb more than it is a knowledge.
Surveillance, forensics, locksmithing.
Locksmithing would be for like lock picking.
Yeah.
Finesse would be is generally the verb you use for stealing things, like lockpicking.
Okay.
Tinkering is used for lockpicking, but like pickpocketing or sleight of hand or what have you. What do you like thinking about?
What?
What do you like? What are you trying to like? What do you have in mind?
Well, Loic has stolen many clothes and a robot, so I feel like he knows the game.
Okay.
So mostly just not quite lockpicking, just being able to run away with something very fast. What would that be?
I'm not sure if that. I'm not sure if that
knowledge of how to run really fast away from the cops.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that falls in under investigative abilities. That might just be.
What is cop dodging?
There's cop talk, which is knowing how to talk to the police. But
no, he just doesn't talk to the police. Mm-hmm. That's how he does it.
If it sucks, hit the bricks.
I am not sure. I don't know that falls within this purview.
Maybe Streetwise, but I already put points in Streetwise. I'll put 1 more point into Streetwise, so there's 3.
Okay, it's totally fine. Streetwise is knowing about crime stuff, even if it might not help with committing crimes. And so some of you are putting these points into your notes on your character sheet. I think that is a good idea.
I'm just writing them down physically first, and then I'll do that.
Okay.
What is cryptography?
Cryptography is...
It's
I just Googled it.
Codes and shit. It's codes and shit.
You can make or break codes and ciphers in any language you can read.
Sure, that's fun. Loic's weird interest.
Is reassurance being nice to people?
Yeah.
Reassurance is... You get people to do what you want by putting them at ease. This may involve fast talk, genuine sympathy, or just
good
calm
cop,
presence.
bad cop. Good cop, bad cop.
I'm putting one in reassurance.
Yes.
There's a link in that handout with all of the descriptions.
I know. I just thought if I asked, it'd be quicker than me loading that link. To be honest.
All right, I got mine. I'm ready to go.
All right, you want to tell us what those are?
Yep, academic. I got 1 point in occult and 1 point in law. Occult because I'm a werewolf. Law because I break it a lot. Technical. I've got ballistics 1, cause I like to shoot guns. I do have extensive firearms experience, although I prefer my claws / fists / fangs. Evidence collection 1. Gotta be able to clean up after people's messes. Forensics 1. Same. Locksmith 1. Gotta be able to get into some places. Interpersonal. This is where I really shine. Bullshit detector 2. Lot of people who run afoul of the mob try to lie their way out of it. Interrogation 2, intimidation 3, streetwise 2, and cop talk 1. Gotta know how to talk. Gotta know what to not to say to the cops.
Yes, it's important to know what not to say as a cop. For some reason, it's not refreshing that for me. For me, it shows evidence collection 2.
Yeah, I changed it a little bit. Did you guys... Never mind, I don't want to... Did you guys see Shut the Fuck Up Day?
No.
It's just these lawyers who are like, it's Shut the Fuck Up Day. You need to shut the fuck up. When the law asks you questions, what do? You shut the fuck up. These two guys are in jail. This guy's not. Why? Because he shut the fuck up.
Classic.
Solid. I have mine as well.
Okay.
I did not put them in order. I can do that later. But I have 3 points in occult. I have 3 points in flirting, which is different from flattery. Flirting is being attractive. Flattery is knowing how to, flirt with people. Loic does not. He's just hot. I have 1 in bullshit detector, 1 in oral history, 2 in reassurance, 3 in streetwise, 1 in circles, 1 in cryptography, and 1 in library use, because I was running out of things to give my boy.
And circles specifically, you can drill down in that and what circles you move through.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the occult circles mostly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I see a lot of words on Bailey's notes.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need a moment. I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep history.
Okay. Theo, do you have one?
I have mine. I was trying to, scoutsmanship is what is Boy Scouts, you said?
It is.
Yeah,
Scoutsmanship is, you're familiar with working and living outdoors and in the wild. You might be a farmer, cowboy, or logger, or an amateur or professional fisher or hunter, or work for the Park Service. Anyway, you can tell when an animal is behaving strangely, tell whether an animal or plant is natural to a given area, find edible plants, hunt and fish, make fire and survive outdoors. This one's got a lot of different, little things.
I am going to... I'm trying to think of, I'm 1 point over, I just realized. So I'm like, what do I take off? Okay, so I've got photography 2, because he's a private detective. He's got to be able to take photos of people doing crimes and cheating on their spouses. Circles 2, because actually maybe circles 1, because just, he knows how people move in different circles because he's been in a couple current at the moment. Ballistics 3, good at guns. Forensics 1, surveillance 2, scoutsmanship 1, bullshit detector 2, law 1, reassurance 1. Did I say flattery 1 and cop talk 1?
Right. Sounds good.
Flattery because he knows how to be talk to people who are have big egos and make them talk to him.
I'm so excited for Good Cop, Bad Cop with you.
Yes.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay.
So,
nice.
I didn't put what category they're under, but I did write them down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have 1 in accounting, 2 in architecture, 1 in cryptography, 1 in languages, 2 in physics, and 2 in trivia. So those are all academic, and those are all mainly from Bailey's background. But the languages thing is, I think, from the fact that the daily cleaning companion unit is just, it has to understand various customers. So it has to have a knowledge of that. And then I have chemistry, 1 in chemistry, 1 in evidence collection, because I'm a cleaning robot. I feel like I can do that. 2 in explosive devices, because I am once again a bastard. And then 1 in surveillance, because I'm fairly unobtrusive. And then I have 1 in bullshit detector, and I have 1 in intimidation, because I feel like this small, cute, yellow cleaning bot suddenly growing a lot of arms and legs, and its eyes go red, and it's suddenly taller than you, and it can climb walls, and it has a gun. I feel like that can be a little scary.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. No kidding. Cool. Awesome. And so that's everyone's investigative abilities. And those will come up when they come up, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Ooh, we've been going for a while, so let's just try to finish this up as quick as we can. With our crew creation, you have a crew character sheet. That it says Third Eye Investigations. It's on the character tab.
Got it.
So we this is slightly different from your standard scoundrel sheet because it's in the Vigilantes playset. So I'll just run through it. First, you choose an origin. The origin determines the group's purpose, their starting upgrades, and where they came from. The standard ones are gargoyles, wards of your home, wolves, punishing for sport or revenge, and shields, Duskwall officials who took off the badge. I don't think any of those fit, so I made a 4th one, which is detectives.
Yep.
Which is investigating.
That tracks.
So, your starting upgrades for detectives are layer secure. It has locks on it. Your layer locks, alarms, and traps to thwart intruders, but it does not have magical defenses. That is the second tier of secure. And then also training, insight, and resolve. So whenever, during downtime, you can decide to train for a downtime activity. And usually training means you mark 1 pip on the relevant, attribute track. Training means you, mark 2 pips. So you earn 2 XP when training insight during downtime rather than 1, and the same is said for resolve.
Nice.
And so that is it. That is all the homebrewing I've done for this. You start at tier 0. It's just you 4, with strong hold, and hold is a thing. With Blades in the Dark. How strong your hold is how secure you are in your tier. You also start with 2 coin, which is an abstraction of how much money you have. It's not a lot. 2 is not a lot.
Yay!
$2.
Yes. A coin.
We're fucking broke.
Yeah,
$200. Slightly less broke.
Probably closer to $200 than $2, but still like.
No, I know.
Slightly.
How do 4 individuals in Fortune City not have $30 between them? The economy is in shambles.
Oh, that's such a good. Okay. Number 2, you choose your initial reputation and lair. Choose how other underworld factions see you. Ambitious, zealous, fearless, honorable, mysterious, savvy, unorthodox, or strange.
Where is this?
Strange.
Ooh, strange. I do want strange. But,
Strange.
But what are the other ones?
This is in the Vigilantes playset. I'll put it in reference right now. I put it in there like months ago. So
I have Vigilantes reference pulled up. I'm just stupid.
not the one in the Roll20.
Okay.
That's just a reference sheet.
Okay, got it.
I put the larger the whole packet is in the Discord. and we're looking at.
Hang on, it takes like 50 years for a PDF to load on my computer.
Yeah, that's fair. I can just copy and paste them into chat as well.
Yes, please.
Ooh, okay, reputation. So, I like strange. I also like unorthodox.
Strange definitely like fits us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than
We
anything.
have a couple strange people. Theo's the only like halfway normal person.
Yeah.
And Theo
He
has a ghost
weird
cat.
friends. Yeah, that's true.
I can see either strange or like, I guess unorthodox, but strange feels like it fits better.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. We're seen as like a curiosity.
Yeah, especially like as a like people from different like areas probably don't like join together like this that much. If it seems very like faction. Because I mean, it is very factiony, and we're like from different factions.
Yeah. To be fair, Loic does not consider himself a part of this group.
Oh no,
he just lives downstairs.
Theo keeps forcing him to come and to be like, I need you to help with ghosts.
Don't worry, because Marge does not consider Loic a part of this group yet. Loic and Bailey are the weirdo and the vacuum cleaner that live downstairs.
Bailey just wants blood.
And why does Theo keep inviting them along on jobs?
Why indeed?
Why indeed?
Oh, why would it be?
Okay, and then next you pick a district on the map in which to place your lair, describe your lair. I have also put a little icon here. Here's a little icon that you can just place on the map, and we'll say that's where you are. You should be able to move it, yes.
Where's the little icon?
It's on the bottom.
Oh, wait. I have so many things open.
Me too.
Yeah, I have 400 goddamn things.
400 tabs. Surprising, my computer's still
there it
running.
is.
It's just like a little guy right here.
It's a little guy.
So, do we want to be
Hi, buddy.
in the commercial zone?
I think we should be in the middle class district.
In the working class district?
Or the middle. I like that
middle?
idea. Yeah, I like that. Or where I could go with working. Actually, working sounds good, actually. Like,
Yeah.
We could be, like, I know that on the map it's very clearly divided, but could we be, like, on the border of the working class district? Like, somewhere around here where it's, like, it's the lower end of the middle class and the higher end of the working class?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking
I could get behind that. I actually, I
and the
had an idea
commercial
for
zone
the
is
look.
right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had an idea for the look. Would it be kind of cool if we had like a renovated space, like a space that's not like really an office space, but we've made it into an office space?
I'm into it.
Like a bar, like a disheveled, abandoned bar that we've turned into like this makeshift office, and our waiting room is like a bunch of bar stools.
That's fun.
I do like that. And what, does Loic live in the basement?
Like
I was going to say maybe Loic could live above instead of below.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually was thinking that like it's an apartment complex, I suppose. That sounds too fancy.
It has shops on the first floor and like living quarters
the bar is the bar is on the first floor, and maybe like Loic lives on the second floor and Theo lives in like the top floor or whatever.
penthouse.
Yeah, and
it's like a tiny studio apartment.
We definitely have like the old bar signage, but we just painted over it.
That's so
and
good.
Like, on the window of the bar, there's just like a big sign that's like medium.
Oh my god, they have to share workspace. Oh my god, there's like a little curtain that separates
The concept was that it was like Loic's business is Third Eye, and some people kept coming.
Oh shit, you're right.
People kept coming looking for the investigator and like being like, oh yeah, Third Eye, and so Theo accidentally stole the name Third Eye from Loic.
Yeah.
Can I?
Go.
No, I'm just, so, bars have the bar area and it's fairly small. So what if the area behind the bar is curtained off? And that's where Loic does his medium stuff. And then the rest of the area is like Theo's office. and the bar waiting stools are for both Theo, who has like, I don't know, in the back room, like a little office, and for Loic, who has his medium tent.
And we use like a
For the
fucking,
record-
we use a pool table as like our main like coffee table.
Yes.
Where we
For
do
the
all our
record,
planning.
For the record, it used to be like an actual bar, and Loic was like real stoked about it because he's like, yeah, free drinks. And now it's not a bar, and he's furious. He
Oh, wow.
hates this.
Oh, we just
Ruined
invade each other's
everything in
space.
Loic's life.
All
Yeah,
right,
he
so,
did that.
So your reclaimed / modified bar with divided spaces.
Oh my god! And like there'll be like people coming in, and Marge is like, "I'll get us a drink," and just go behind the bar, and Loic is like, "I'm doing a medium thing right now. Do we keep the beer here?
Where's
I'm
the beer?
speaking to the spirits.
Do the spirits know where you keep
And
the
then
beer?"
Marge voice, I'm also speaking to the spirits.
Oh,
then Marge
God,
gets
that's
like a-
better than what I said. Yeah.
And then Marge gets like a can of beer thrown at her head, and she looks down, and the only thing behind her is a fucking cleaning bot.
So next, you establish your protected grounds, which are pick a district in which to place your protected grounds. Record the faction status changes related to your grounds, which is one faction is pleased you are keeping the peace. Take +2 status with them. One faction is threatened by your presence. Take a -2 status with them. So let's figure out what that is.
What if old money is threatened by us
Okay.
detectives?
We
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
hate the
'cause, like,
rich.
Because old money like knows that this exists because Theo's dad is Theo's dad. So like surely he doesn't approve of this tomfoolery
Yeah, no, he's
Theodore is doing.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds right. And the
Also-
Concerned Citizens Alliance I've already written has a presence in the richer parts of the middle class district.
And also like not like Theo is off doing investigating stuff, and he has like inner workings, like inner knowledge of the workings of the old money, so he like is a threat to them, really.
Yeah.
This connects super well to the choose your preferred methods of keeping these places safe. And I like resistance defying oppressive laws and customs. I feel like that would fit in very well with that.
Yeah.
Where are we looking at right now?
That would be on your character sheets. It says on the crew character sheet underneath all of the
Yes.
upgrades. It says protected grounds, and then it says uniting, interference, resistance, and terror. Those are like the 4 tactics that you use to protect your protected grounds.
Right.
I'd assumed it would be interfering because that's what detectives do, but resistance also works.
Disrupting underworld operations, and I mean, could be both interference and resistance.
Could be both.
I'm fine with that.
That's also in the Vigilantes playset book.
Right.
So what we're saying is the Concerned Citizens Alliance is threatened by your presence, which means you take -2 status with them. This is a big part of the game is your various statuses with different factions. So like -2 means they don't like you, they'll mess with you, but not if it is like too much of a hassle for them. -1 is like they don't like you. -3 is you're at war with them.
God, I just gotta say something. Like, I'm imagining Theo's dad is the worst this whole time, and then I just realized that if the one that we have beef with is the citizen, the watch, then it's his mum who is like really doesn't like it, and his dad is kind of weak and can be placated by hunting sometimes. So they both suck, but his mum might be worse.
Nice.
Woo!
It could also be that the hunting club doesn't like you.
No one likes us.
I think
alternate
it
suggestion.
makes more sense that it's this. It's like the citizen watch because they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Alternate suggestion, it's the dominoes that hate us. It's the superheroes.
They're not actually superheroes. I mean, it's also possible, but they are very small and so probably wouldn't give you much trouble.
That's true.
Additionally, the other thing is one faction is pleased that you are keeping the peace, and you take +2 with them.
I feel like that can't be because it would be obvious to say like, oh, like the police, but I feel like that is so not like noir.
They're gonna hate us.
Right, exactly.
Because you're trying to do their job for you.
Right, and they like to do their job badly.
I mean, look at the fact.
Maybe either Operation Hold Truth. I was thinking maybe Operation Hold Truth or the Book Club.
Oh yeah, I like both of those.
It feels like the book club would maybe be a little bit condescending about this, actually.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
I also think like the book club is already related to Loic. We don't need
That's fair.
another
Yeah. The book club is very like a bunch of old ladies just congregating. So the leader of it would be like, "Oh, Loic, you joined the club. That's so nice.
Old boy.
That's
if we
so
do
sweet.
if we do Operation Whole Truth, that if we do Operation Whole Truth and they're going to be doing some intros, then we get to hear people praise us in the intros, which always makes me feel good.
Yes,
yeah, shit.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Some other options that I was thinking about could be Mr. Paradise could like you. He's a weirdo, but he has his own ineffable stuff. The Dominoes could like you. As well as the Fortune City Starlight, who the independent newspaper kind of lives in the same space as Operation Whole Truth. But if you love Operation Whole Truth, hell yeah, we can love Operation.
Because I feel like Fortune City Starlight, we're probably going to be uncovering like conspiracies and shit, and Fortune City Starlight is all about like propaganda.
No, Fortune City Starlight is the independent one. The City Review is propaganda.
Oh, right, my mistake. I like Operation Whole Truth a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
So help you God. That's their catchphrase.
Where are you writing down the like alleys and?
So if you see status on the faction sheet,
God, this game is so fucking complicated.
Okay, faction sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am.
It's gonna be complicated, but I think if we cut a lot of the dice rolling down, it can actually be super fun.
Oh yeah. So you see Operation Whole Truth, there's a 2 next to it now.
Where?
Yeah, I see it.
Yes, I see it.
And so in that column is where all of your statuses are with the various factions. So you look at Concerned Citizens Alliance, it's a -2. Also, these are all expanded, which can make things a little bit harder to read. But I'm sure someone was just like looking through them.
Yeah, for the record, what do the numbers next to them mean?
So there is
the 3, 2, 1.
3, 2,
That's their
1.
tier.
So there's tier, hold, and then status from left to right.
Okay.
Tier is how big they are and how strong they are. The influence they have over the city.
Poor cryptoanthropologists.
They're tiny. They're just little weirdos.
Yeah.
And then hold is how strongly they hold on to that tier. And then status is as how well they get along with you specifically.
What are the S and the W mean?
Strong or weak.
Okay. Poor cryptoanthropologists.
Yeah, they gotta establish themselves a little bit. Everyone thinks they're kooky. So next you pick a special ability.
Oh boy! All right.
Just one.
In the middle of the cruise sheet. Yes, you take one to begin with.
Right. We get more upgrades, right?
You also get upgrades. Yes.
Okay.
So Thorn in Your Side immediately jumps out to me as something that would be very fun.
I do also like Moral Compass because I think it's all in this game specifically and like especially it's always good to get more XP in my opinion.
That's true.
Cause I've played this before, so I'm like kind of an expert, except I'm not. But I remember being like a little frustrated about the XP, because there's so much you want to do
Yeah.
I like moral compass.
I like moral compass as well.
I could live with it.
But also, I mean, thorn in your side is very on brand. So,
Mm-hmm. So one thing about like thorn in your side is specifically taking using stealth or assault plans against the higher tier faction, which does not mean solving a case.
No.
No.
It doesn't sound like it. Like being a thorn in their side is definitely us, but I don't think that specific description is us.
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
We're gonna go to the neighborhood watch and TP their passes.
Yeah, so-
and that's assault
Listen,
in
as the
itself.
one with all the violence skills, Thorn in your side seems very appropriate to me.
But how good are you at
You guys,
stealth?
whatever.
But
It
so-
doesn't
so-
matter.
so-
It's a stealth or assault. Stealth or assault.
Mhm. So what I'm meaning with that is that like that would work if you were actively going against a faction, which is not necessarily getting a case from someone.
Yeah, but like solving a case could certainly involve going against a faction using a stealth or assault plan.
Yes, totally. And I was going to say that like I will have cases for you, but you can also, if you decide to, go off of the case like loop and just like if you want to like just go and attack a faction and like have that be like a job as if it were the normal blades, that we can also do that. And I want to leave that option open for you.
I'm okay with moral compass. I think it's interesting to add a like incentive to basically like be selfless in a sense
Mm-hmm.
when I'm specifically at least playing a very selfish character.
I like moral compass as like a base.
Sure.
I think it's a good base.
Also, Theo would definitely be like, "We're a crew. Come on, guys."
Also, I feel like it does give us a narrative reason for all of us to, I mean, it doesn't give us a narrative reason, but it gives us a mechanical reason for everyone to care about the crew
Yeah.
when we might not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forces us to have friends.
Yay!
I love
Right,
forcing to have
I did it.
friends. All right, we did it.
Yay!
Let me just check something real quick, because you might also take as good as your word. That might just be like automatic.
Ooh. So this is just like a put it on my tab sort of thing?
I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to look, but it might not be.
No, but like, is the mechanic of this just put it on my tab?
Oh, as good as your word? Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
Means
Put it on
Okay.
my tab.
You can spend
What's that?
rep as coin and downtime actions, which means you can just spend because you're not going to get as much coin in this version of the game because you're not
Yeah.
stealing money from big people. I'm going to give you that anyway. That's kind of the base mechanic of being a vigilante.
Okay.
So I'm going to just put that on.
Yay, we get two.
Yeah, we're fancy.
I was under the impression that was how it worked, and it doesn't look like it is. But
No, I don't think it does, but also,
No rules,
yeah,
just
no
right.
rules, just right. I'm playing a hull, so I can't say
yes,
anything.
yes. Okay, yes, vigilante crews get this ability automatically.
Ooh, oh good.
Aw, I wanted to break the rules.
Okay, so yeah, so you
Cut
start.
that out.
You start with as good as your word and moral compass. So next, you choose. You assign crew upgrades. Your crew has 3 upgrades pre-selected: secure layer, insight training, and resolve training. You get to choose 2 more. If your crew has an expert, follow the procedure to create it. And you can. An expert is the type of cohort you get. Where you spend 2 upgrades to have someone who works for you.
Can we buy
I
off
have
a cop?
I have a proposal, and it's that can we add another point to secure to get that magic security as well? Because that feels like something Loic would be able to do.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Okay. If everyone's cool with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Using one of your 2 initial upgrade points to further secure the layer from magical threats.
Yeah, sure. It's fine.
Then you have 1 more upgrade that you can put in any of these boxes. You can put that into like quarters
What about-
so that you live there. a workshop so that you can get better stuff for tinkering or other projects. Quality in documents, gear, implement, supplies, tools, and weapons, meaning that your stuff for each of those is more potent.
What about
I was just going to considering that 3 of us do literally sort of live in this building. Is that cheating? Are we getting quarters without putting the thing in quarters?
I was going to ask.
Yeah. So generally, without this upgrade, each PC sleeps elsewhere and is vulnerable when they do so.
Maybe we should.
We should probably pick that one. Yeah.
Pick quarters. Just to mechanically reflect the narrative that we have established. I think.
I'll sleep in a chair.
Where does
you
Marge
sleep in the
live
bar?
at? Yeah, actually.
Hey,
I'll
can
just
we get a
sleep in this
carriage?
chair.
Can we get a carriage?
We've used all our points.
That would be another upgrade point. But you could get one at one point. That would be like getting a car.
Wait, do we only have 2? I thought we had 3.
You only have 2. You start with 3, you
Okay.
add 2 more.
Okay, I got those numbers mixed up. We should get a car next upgrade.
Absolutely.
We should get a car.
Let's get a boat. We're in the middle of a desert.
I mean, to be fair, we could just say that Loic is like a douchebag and doesn't want to do security for you guys.
No, but also I feel like magical
think it makes
security is
sense.
very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We can get a car later.
Yeah.
We all put.
We're saving up for a car.
We
It's the
steal
splurge
a car.
Steal a car.
Someone pays us with a car.
Next, you also record the faction status changes due to your upgrades, which is one upgrade helped you get an upgrade. One faction helped you get an upgrade. You take +1 status with them, or spend 1 coin for +2 status. And then one faction was harmed when you got an upgrade. You take -2 with them, or spend 1 coin for -1.
Hold on.
Can we spend both our coins so we can be dirt ass poor, please?
Yes. No.
Is everyone okay with that? I'm
maybe.
serious. Let's.
I'm okay with it.
Give me just 1 second because I have to use the bathroom.
I do too. If we're doing that.
Sorry, my sound cut out for a second. What are we spending coin on to be poor?
You can spend, by default, when you pick your upgrades, you choose 2 factions that are affected, one of which who helped you get an upgrade that you take +1 faction with, +1 status with, or spend 1 coin to get +2 with them. And one faction was harmed when you got an upgrade, take -2 with them, or spend 1 coin to get -1 instead. So that's like to increase or decrease your status with the different factions. I think one that would make sense might be the book club, helped with the arcane stuff, but that's up to Mari.
Yeah, we'll wait till Mari to come back.
I'm back.
Major.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. Okay, do you remember where we were at?
We were choosing a thing.
I lost track a long time ago, so.
So we have assigned we've assigned your crew upgrades, which were artifacts, secure, arcane security, and crew quarters. So you all live there. So now you record the faction status changes due to your upgrade, which is one faction helped you get an upgrade. You take +1 status with them, or spend 1 coin for +2 status instead. And one faction was harmed when you got an upgrade. Take -2 status with them, or spend 1 coin for -1 status instead.
Maybe, what if, when we got that magic protection, Apparitions Anonymous or whatever, we're like, oh, boo, we can't go in there anymore.
That would be fair.
Ghosts were mad.
The ghost, I think that would make sense for the ghosts to be mad.
Yeah.
How does everyone else feel about that?
No, I like that.
I like it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're at -2 with the ghosts, or you can spend 1 coin to be at only -1.
Hot take. We should spend both our coin right here and be dirt poor.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm down.
Sure.
Okay.
I feel like it's extra motivation for us at the start.
So that's 1 coin so that you're only mildly unpleasant to the Apparitions Anonymous.
I think that
Operations for Life,
tracks.
again, being the association of spirits who have not gone frail with the passage of time, and for some reason are attracted from all over the world to haunt Fortune City. And then one faction helped you get an upgrade. So there's a couple of options for that. Could be the same upgrade, and it could be the book club helped you, maybe, or maybe we're talking about your crew, your quarters, and we look at towards someone who helped you get the real estate.
Okay. Who would have helped us get the real estate?
I don't know.
What if it's the pack?
Could be the pack.
I know it's like out of the way of the entertainment district, but I'm sure they're kind of spread over the city, and if Marge pulled some strings.
It depends on how many strings Marge has to pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marge is like with the packs.
What if we, I'm okay with it being like related to that though. What if we said, and this sounds kind of a stretch, what if it was Macmillan's gym?
Okay.
Why? Because they had a bunch of like cots and shit that we took from them.
I think that would just as much make sense.
And maybe Marge was able to pull a couple strings because she did used to work for the pack.
Mm-hmm. And since they are only tangentially related to the pack, it's not the same level of bad blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Mari?
Oh, right. I had a note because I just remembered that, like, I don't think it would make sense for it to be the ghosts that are angry, because Loic wouldn't, like, turn ghosts away. That's, like, his whole shit.
Yeah.
But they're not...
wait.
It's, like, another supernatural thing.
Okay.
Guys, I just realized who the other one can be. Stalwart Movers. We hired them.
You hired them to move you in?
Yeah.
That's an option.
They're a failed moving company.
We came with my job.
Oh, that's true.
That's cute.
Yeah. Another option that I was about to suggest for who was harmed could be the Ice Picks.
What about the vampires?
To know the song. Were they harmed?
That's vampires because that's fun because they would both be affected by the magic protection and also their old money. So
Hold on.
Don't like us.
Yeah. Like, okay, Loic wouldn't keep ghosts away because he likes ghosts.
Yeah.
Loic doesn't care for vampires.
Galaxy brain idea.
I see how Loic is.
Galaxy brain idea. It's the Hanson Fire Brigade. We're a huge fire hazard. Something we're not up to code.
God.
And we're not going to get up to code, and they hate that.
I liked the idea of it being ghosts, but I really like the idea of the fire department hating our guts.
Yeah. I'll leave the Pants on Fire Brigade. I'll leave the decision to you. You can debate amongst yourselves.
That's so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to cut a lot of laughter and pauses from
all this debating.
Okay.
So
we call them the Pants on Fire Brigade because they can't even put out fires in their own pants.
if you can't work with one measly fire safety violation,
we're just bullies. They come walking by. We're like smoking cigarettes outside. Hey, look, it's the fire department. You guys, you put on any fires, douchebags? You fucking jerks.
We bully
that Brooklyn 99 episode where like the cops are really mean to the fire. Right, the fire department was really mean to the cops.
Yeah.
Is it not very good drama though?
No, it's great. It's great. I do love it. If everyone's cool with it.
I'm good with it.
Are you at -2 or at -1?
Can we be at -2? Can we spend
Alright, sure. Give us that coin back.
No.
I'll give you that coin back.
The fire department. Hey, what a terrible, terrible enemy to make, the fire department.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we caught fire. It's like, yeah, you fucking did. Douchebag.
Can you put out this
we'll never
fire?
Prove anything.
You know what's
like
really
harassing
fire?
them on the street.
My new mixtape. My new record that I printed on my old X-ray. That's what's fire.
I immediately...
But
I want someone
practically,
to...
what does being an enemy with the fire brigade look like? We're not really going to just antagonize them for no reason.
I mean, they just come over. They're like, "Hey, we're inspecting you. We're not up to code."
They're like, "What are you, the cops?"
Just goes, "Fuck off."
And we're like, "Well, no, actually,
Sure.
see, this is magical security. This is actually like magical security for our." But we don't say it's magical. We say it's like, this is high-end tech for our... And they're like, yeah, that's still a code violation.
This is literally the plot to Ghostbusters.
I've never seen the Ghostbusters, so it's them who are stealing from me.
How the hell have y'all never seen It's a pretty good movie. Point is that the bad guy in that movie is an EPA director who walks into that old abandoned firehouse and says, "Why do you have a nuclear fucking reactor in here?" "Oh, well, it's to catch ghosts." And he goes, "Bullshit, shut it down." And he's the bad guy?
I think this is us with the Hanson Fire Brigade, exactly.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, but you guys have to promise me that, at some point, we will make enemies with the vampires.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
I want to put
No, for sure.
I didn't say this, but part of the backstory I had written for werewolves in Lycanthropy is that werewolves were originally used by vampire counts, to do high crimes and shit like that, and they would capture lycanthropes or purposely transform people, so they couldn't they would be loyal foot soldiers to the vampires. But then as time went on, werewolves learned to control themselves, and then they became a superpower by themselves. I didn't say that, but that was part of my backstory.
Okay. But that is the
vampires.
That is the exact same as, or very close to Underworld, isn't it?
I don't fucking care. I've never seen Underworld. It's fine. Okay. There's nothing new under the sun.
I've seen Underworld. But not Ghostbusters.
Okay. Anyway, also, a faction helped you get the upgrade. Get an upgrade. And so now you take positive with them. The one that I suggested was the book club for the arcane stuff, for this arcane security. Other options are available. What are you thinking?
I do like just a bunch of old ladies coming into this building and being like, "Oh, let's set it up. Oh, look, don't even worry about it. We can set it up for you."
I
also do like that one moving company that's criminals. That's crime.
That they are slimy.
No, let's I like the book club.
Let's go with the book club. We used we did the Hanson Fire Brigades are funny ones, so we'll do the book club.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to spend a coin to be on extra good terms with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We need someone in our corner.
So
Sure.
You're at two. You're at +2.
$100.
Yes, you're at +2 with Operation Hold Truth, +2 with the book club, -2 with Hanson Fire Brigade, and -2 with the Concerned Citizens Alliance.
Nice.
Lastly, you choose a favorite contact. Mark the one who is a close friend, longtime ally, or partner in justice. And then you, again, record faction status changes related to your contact.
Can I just say that one of these contacts listed here has the title of Famous Lounge Singer, and that sounds so choice.
Okay.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's like that fucking being able to walk into a lounge, order a drink, smoke a cigarette while the singer's singing, and then they come over to our table and we're like, "I got information for you."
If the lounge singer is a girl, I already ship her with Marge.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Do you want to name that lounge singer yet, or no?
How about Pariso?
Pariso is the one that
Good idea, Mari. That one's good. I like
Such
that
an
one.
original idea.
That's original. No one saw that. That's perfect.
All right, that's the default one if you want that.
It's not the default we came up with.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
Okay. I don't know what you all like. Well, I know some things you like. All right, so putting that up
Robots
top.
and gays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Robots was the name of the lounge singer.
No. But imagine.
I like how we could have one of our contacts could be anus.
That would be Anis.
ANIS.
Would
For
it?
the listeners.
Yes.
What if it's Anastasia?
Anastasia, for the lounge singer.
Yeah.
Anastasia.
We need something like over the top and fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandmother, it's me. Sorry.
Her name is Anastasia Beverly Hills.
Yes.
She owns a makeup company as well.
That's where we want to be. It could be Anastasia. We could also just leave it and pick something else. It sounded like Sloan had an idea.
Yes.
Did I?
It sounded like you were saying something.
I forgot. It doesn't matter.
All right. As of now, she is named Anastasia. She's a famous land singer. One faction is friendly with her, and one faction is unfriendly with her. The easy one for me is the Iblis Lounge. That is like a high society socialites and debutantes.
Yeah, I like
Is
that.
that the friendly or unfriendly
Could
one?
be the
Friendly
friendly
when
one.
she sings there.
Okay. Yeah,
Also, in
nice.
terms of like voice, I'm thinking Ella Fitzgerald. I don't know if everyone else is thinking that,
Yes.
but I'm thinking Ella
I can
Fitzgerald.
I can dig it. All right. And then one who does not like her. Who do you think doesn't like this nice lady? This nice singer.
The church.
Could be the...
Wilkes Water and Power.
could also be the Vice Division. Maybe she's tied up in some gang stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I like getting them on board.
Yeah. Getting them on board the train of not liking you.
The most important train in town.
Wait, no, it's the vampires.
Vampires don't like her.
Can it be the vampires?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Can I just-
maybe Familia de Song is has a rival club.
They do. Familiar the Song are one of the casino owners.
Perfect.
Hey, can I just say, I like how our approach to this is, how many people can we make hate us without even
Yes.
playing this game?
See, I'm very specific about the people I want to be hating us.
Mhm.
Yes.
I want
I just want the
I want
vampires.
everybody to hate me.
Yeah.
For the record, there are. I just want to say these casinos out loud. The pack has 2 casinos, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Well, you told me their names once, and I was like you to remind me.
I have no memory of this.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
There's the Tan Boane, and then the Lucky Shamrock, I think.
No, that's the Luck of the Irish casino you're thinking of. And yes, it is very hokey. Thank you.
Yeah. So there's the Luck of the Irish, and then there's also one that is like a classic casino,
Yes.
Irish casino, which I think is like Tan Boane or something like that.
I'll have to remember.
It's somewhere in our chat logs.
Yes, I will look for it.
The pack. That's the pack. Mr. Paradise owns a casino. That is the Elysium Casino. He also owns the Arcadia Lounge, which is somewhere in the city. It's very secretive. Familia de Song owns the Heartbreak Hotel and Casino. And those are the 4 that I know. And I think probably there's one owned by Fortune Industries and maybe one more, but that's all I got.
I found it. It was right in the world building thing. But it's and I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, so sorry. Tain Bo Culane Casino,
There.
or just the Tain.
Tan Beauclin. There we are. And so those are the ones. Those are the casinos. That's important because we're playing a game in like a Las Vegas alike. And I think with that, we've done all the things we need to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Where it's over.
Was that fun for you, the listeners?
Yeah, just take a moment to imagine what that story might be.
Goodbye, everybody.
So, our crew is, if I have this right, we have a retired old cranky werewolf lady who loves to smoke and hates a lot of other things. We have Theo, the rich boy, who's very good with a gun, who is also a detective. we have Loic, who is a medium, who is a real fake medium, who low-key is very tired of ghosts and hates murder because that makes more ghosts. And we have a vacuum cleaner. Have a Roomba with a gun.
The best vacuum cleaner.
And everybody hates us.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There's a Black Mirror episode where it's like the little dog robots and they're mean, and it's just really funny when they like pick up a gun from like the floor and start shooting at a car that's driving away.
Me.
I just cannot stop thinking about the Roomba doing that.
Gotta chase cars.
What if your mom ran on batteries?
Okay, so I think the last thing we can do today, if you'd like, I can give you the prompt, a little teaser for the case, for your first case. It is not the first case you've done together, because you exist as a faction already. Your crew, you have a strong hold on your tier 0. You have a reputation, but this is going to be one of your first cases. Do you want me to read that now, or do you want to wait?
Read it now.
Let's tease it now.
Read it.
All right. So
pull the trigger.
So this comes from a gang in the city called the Chromios. They reach out to you for reference. The Chromios are a gang of greaser street racers and gearheads who work out of a garage in the Bell Village. Rumor has it they've gone from tuning their cars to modifying themselves. A little bit of cyborg action going on. Anyway, this comes from the man at the top, head of the Chromios, man by the name of Dino Valentino.
Wow.
Sure.
Given name Dean, but they call him Dino. Anyway, one day Dino Valentino comes into the garage after a long weekend, psyching himself up for the big race, to find his car completely smashed inside his garage. On top of that, his little brother's car is missing from his garage, which is even worse. All signs point to the Birdies, another gang, as the perpetrators, but Dino wants to be completely sure. He has hired you, Third Eye Investigations, to get conclusive proof that it was the Birdies, so that he can justify going to war against them.